Weirdest mysteries in NBA history. The NBA is a world of fast-paced action, clutch shots, and championship dreams. But beyond the dazzling displays of athleticism and skill lies a shadowy realm of strange and unexplainable occurrences. From bizarre disappearances to eerie premonitions, the weirdest mysteries in NBA history have puzzled fans and experts alike for decades. So get ready to explore the enigmatic and often downright spooky side of the world's most famous basketball league. Are you ready to take a shot at unraveling the NBA's greatest mysteries? Let's dive into the video. Sonny Liston was a legendary heavyweight boxer who had won the title twice in his career. He first became heavyweight champion in 1962 after defeating Floyd Patterson, and he held the title until 1964, when he lost it to a young Muhammad Ali in a historic upset. Liston's career was plagued by controversies and allegations of ties to organized crime. On December 30, 1970, Liston's wife found him dead in their Las Vegas home. He was only 38 years old. The cause of death was initially listed as natural causes, but evidence later emerged that suggested he had died from an overdose of heroin. This revelation sparked intense speculation and controversy, with many people questioning the circumstances of Liston's death. Liston had a well-known history of drug use, but he was also known to fear needles and was said to have a strong aversion to them. Therefore, it was surprising to many that he had been injected with heroin. Some speculated that he had taken the drug orally or that he had been injected against his will. Over the years, several theories have emerged about Liston's death. Some believe that he died accidentally as a result of his drug use. Others argue that he was murdered, possibly by members of a drug syndicate. A recent book, The Murder of Sonny Liston, Las Vegas, Heroin and Heavyweights, by journalist Sean Assel, alleges that Liston was killed by members of the mafia who wanted to silence him about his knowledge of their involvement in the heroin trade. Regardless of the cause of his death, Liston's passing was a significant loss for the boxing community. He was one of the most formidable fighters of his time, with a record of 50 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, including 39 knockouts. His 2 fights with Muhammad Ali are considered among the most memorable in boxing history, and his legacy continues to be felt in the sport today. Kevin Durant is a professional basketball player who has played in the NBA for several teams, including the Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State Warriors, and currently the Brooklyn Nets. He has been known for his impressive scoring ability and his tall stature on the court. However, there has been some controversy surrounding his listed height. Durant's official registered height is listed as 2 meters, 6 inches, or approximately 6 feet 9 inches. However, many fans and commentators have noted that he appears to be taller than this when standing next to other players of similar height, in particular when standing next to LeBron James, who is listed at 2 meters, 3 inches. Durant appears to be significantly taller. This has led to speculation that Durant's actual height may be closer to 7 feet, or around 2 meters and 13 inches. Some fans have even suggested that Durant may be intentionally downplaying his height in order to avoid being labeled as a big man in the NBA, which could limit his versatility on the court. Despite the rumors and speculation, Durant himself has not commented on his true height. He has also not made any official statements about why his listed height is lower than what many fans believe to be his actual height. Nonetheless, his height remains a topic of interest and discussion among NBA fans and commentators. The murder of Lorenzen Wright, a former NBA player, is a tragic and unresolved case that has left many questions unanswered. Wright, who had played for several teams during his career, including the Memphis Grizzlies, disappeared on July 18, 2010, in Memphis, Tennessee. His family and friends became worried when they could not reach him, and his mother filed a missing persons report. Despite an extensive search, Wright's whereabouts remained unknown for 10 days, until his body was found in a wooded area near a residential neighborhood. He had been shot multiple times, and his body was badly decomposed. The discovery of his body sent shockwaves through the basketball community and the city of Memphis, where Wright was a beloved figure. The incident in question relates to the management of the Orlando Magic basketball team and their history of failing to retire any player jerseys. Despite having had some star players on their roster over the years, including Shaquille O'Neal, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway, Dwight Howard, and Tracy McGrady, there has been tension between the players and the management, which has prevented any jerseys from being retired. One notable example is O'Neal, who was a rookie sensation and helped lead the Magic to the NBA Finals in 1995. However, when it came time to negotiate his second contract, the Magic offered him less money than he was seeking, leading to his departure for the Los Angeles Lakers. Similarly, Hill, Hardaway, Howard, and McGrady all clashed with management at various points during their time with the team and eventually left for other franchises. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of the incident is the near miss with future Hall of Famer Tim Duncan. In the late 1990s, Duncan was considering leaving the San Antonio Spurs and had expressed interest in joining the Orlando Magic. However, when the Magic declined to let Duncan's family fly with him on the team's private plane, the deal fell through, and Duncan ultimately stayed with the Spurs. This decision has been criticized as a missed opportunity for the Magic to acquire one of the best players in NBA history and has contributed to the team's lack of success in recent years. Rico Harris was a former professional basketball player who disappeared in October 2014 while traveling from California to Seattle to start a new life with his fiancée. Harris was known for his promising basketball career and was expected to have a bright future. However, his life took a dark turn when he was plagued by drug addiction and other personal struggles. On the day of his disappearance, Harris left his home in Alhambra, California, and began driving to Seattle. However, his car was found abandoned on a remote stretch of Highway 5 in Yolo County, California, with no sign of Harris. Despite an extensive search effort, including the use of helicopters and dogs, no trace of Harris was found. The circumstances surrounding Harris' disappearance remain a mystery to this day. Some have speculated that he may have suffered a mental breakdown or been the victim of foul play, while others have suggested that he may have simply chosen to disappear and start a new life elsewhere. In the years since Harris's disappearance, his family has continued to search for answers and hold out hope for his safe return. They have organized search parties and maintained a social media presence in an effort to keep the case in the public eye. However, despite their best efforts, there have been no major breakthroughs in the case. The disappearance of Rico Harris is a tragic reminder of the challenges faced by many professional athletes, particularly those who struggle with personal demons and addiction. It is also a reminder of the enduring impact of unresolved cases, both on the families of those who are missing and on the broader community. The mystery surrounding Harris' disappearance continues to ignite curiosity among the public, and his family remains committed to finding answers and bringing closure to this difficult chapter in their lives. The incident involving Michael Jordan's flu battle during the 1997 NBA Finals is still one of the most controversial topics in the history of the NBA. Before the fifth game of the series, Jordan suddenly became ill, experiencing symptoms of the flu, and was seen vomiting and sweating profusely. Despite his condition, he still managed to play and scored 38 points in the game, leading the Bulls to a crucial victory over the Utah Jazz. The question of who poisoned Jordan remains unanswered to this day. Some believe that it was simply a case of food poisoning, while others think it was a deliberate act of sabotage. Jordan himself has stated that he believes he was poisoned, and that it was likely the work of a Jazz fan who wanted to hurt his team's chances of winning. There have been various theories and rumors about who might have been responsible for the poisoning, ranging from hotel staff to pizza delivery workers. Some have even suggested that Jordan's own bodyguards were involved. However, no one has ever been able to definitively prove who was behind the incident. Despite the mystery surrounding the flu game, it remains one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. Jordan's determination and resilience in the face of illness have become legendary, and his performance in that game is still considered one of the greatest individual efforts in the history of the sport. Wilt Chamberlain was a legendary NBA player who played during the 1950s and 1960s. He is considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time and set many records during his career. However, one of his most famous records was not on the basketball court, but rather in his personal life. In 1991, at the age of 55, Chamberlain claimed that he had slept with 20,000 women in his lifetime. This announcement caused a lot of controversy and skepticism, as it would mean that he would have had to sleep with an average of more than one woman per day since the age of 15. Many people question the validity of this claim, with some suggesting that Chamberlain may have exaggerated the number. However, Chamberlain maintained that the number was accurate, stating that he had kept a record of every woman he had been with. Despite the skepticism surrounding his claim, Chamberlain's 20,000 women record became a part of his legacy, and helped to fuel his reputation as a legendary figure both on and off the court. While the truth behind this record may never be fully known, it remains a fascinating and controversial part of Chamberlain's legacy. The 1985 NBA Draft Lottery is remembered as one of the most controversial events in NBA history, and for the New York Knicks, it was a pivotal moment that helped shape their future. At the time, the NBA was struggling with low ratings and a lack of interest from fans, and the league hoped that adopting a lottery system to determine draft picks would inject some excitement into the league. The lottery system worked by randomly selecting envelopes that contained the names of the teams that had entered the lottery. 7 teams participated in the lottery, including the Knicks, who were hoping to land the top pick. As the envelopes were drawn, the excitement grew, and when the Knicks envelope was revealed as the winner, the crowd erupted in cheers. The Knicks' selection of Georgetown center Patrick Ewing with the No. 1 pick was seen as a game-changer for the franchise. Ewing was a dominant force in college basketball and was expected to help the Knicks turn around their struggling team. Ewing did, in fact, have a successful career with the Knicks, leading them to the NBA Finals twice and winning the 1992-93 NBA Most Valuable Player Award. However, the legitimacy of the lottery has been called into question over the years, with rumors circulating that the lottery was rigged in favor of the Knicks. The most common conspiracy theory is that the envelope containing the Knicks' name was bent, allowing Stern to easily recognize it and ensure that the Knicks won the top pick. Despite the rumors, the NBA has always maintained that the lottery was conducted fairly and that there was no tampering involved. Stern himself vehemently denied any wrongdoing, and the league even hired an independent accounting firm to oversee the process. The mystery of the Knicks' No. 1 pick remains unsolved, and with Stern's death in 2020, it seems unlikely that the truth will ever come to light. Regardless of whether the lottery was rigged or not, there is no denying the impact that Patrick Ewing had on the Knicks and the NBA as a whole. Which one of these incidents did you guys find to be the most spooky? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more NBA updates.